Anyway, so then, thank you, Samuel Okuda Black.
I know wanted to find out briefly that,
I know you have to
just to make also the point that I think that if the man himself at the center has pulled out, then maybe we should move on. And then also, if SSNIT truly has written to terminate the deal, in fact, labor unions are saying that that statement they issued, they don't. They don't recognize it. They don't recognize it. If they really want to terminate, they should write properly and sign.
I agree with that.
My question.
I agree because there is no signature.
Yeah. My question is, so is it because Brian Gyampo decided to pull out? That's why they are terminating.
Good question.
Yes. Good question. So was it? So it creates the impression that everything then was prepared for one person.
For one person.
So if the person says I don't like, then we are pulling.
Yeah. Because we were complaining from day one. More than 2 months now.
These people are not. They are not.
Look at the transaction advisors.
After Rock City pulled out, the next conversation was that there were other bids.
There were other bids.
Yes.
Then
because remember, Freddie Blair had said that his son even put up a higher.
Well, there was a response by the Director
$150 to $200 million. The Director General says that they didn't open the financials. They didn't open the financial, but it doesn't take away Freddie Blair's claims that they made. And you see, that also exposes SSNIT, because SSNIT had all along claimed that the Brian Gyampo offer was the highest of $61 million, which we all know today that it was way below SSNIT's own valuation of these assets.
Exactly. That's where they create loot and share.
I have seen the valuation report. $121 million.
Yes, create loot and share.
That's what it is.
Well, I think that, well, for me, what is heartwarming is that the man himself has pulled out. I mean, when it started, some of us felt that, look...
He's been forced out, not pulled out. It's after the Labour had announced all the strikes.
When
he saw what was coming.
Well, the most important thing is that...
Kenya has come.
The most important thing is that, I mean, he is not going to be buying it again. And I agree that if Labadi is doing something good, let the other hotels also emulate. And let us, I mean, the whole idea of selling state property to the private sector, so it's a very defeatist idea. When you go to South Africa, it is the state schools that do very well. Your child is taken to a private school, and they said the private schools do not do well. They only cater for those who have not done well in the state school and have been, if you like, expelled. Then the private schools. So what is run by the state runs well. But in our part of the world, Abaye Juma, you see, we always want to drag it. We always want to run it down. It doesn't help. You see, it's a colonial mindset. It's a colonial legacy. You know, in the struggle for independence, one of the tools that Nkrumah resorted to was to frustrate the white man. One of the means of frustrating the white man was to make sure that the people working in the public service, public sector workers, would always be doing things that were against the goals of the public service. So report to work at 8 o'clock, they will go there at 10 o'clock. If this is a state property, they want to drag, just to frustrate the colonial matter. So that was the idea. So don't carry it, just drag it. And it was a way of frustrating the colonial master to go away quickly. The colonial master is gone. And it appears that bit of their legacy, that bit of the kinds of things we did to frustrate them, is still with us. We haven't had a national conscientization and reawakening on the need to ensure that the state and the public sector works well. And that's how come everything that belongs to the state, we feel that must be dragged, must be run down, must be destroyed. But thankfully, if Labadi Beach Hotel has been able to show the way, then all others must take a cue to ensure that the state works. We cannot continue to pander to the inefficiencies of the state and throw our hands in despair that everything that the state is doing shouldn't run well. It's not good.
And I'll bring you in at this point. In fact, Professor Gyampo, what you just said fits into, I don't know if you've seen this, and I'll give you a copy of the state ownership report, which details the financial health of state-owned enterprises in this country. It goes without saying, you don't even need to see it. You don't have an idea of what is in there. 2018, 2019, 2020, cumulative losses of almost 10 billion. And you know, there are managers and directors of these SOEs that are posting losses every year, whom we are still paying every month.
Taking allowances.
And taking allowances, and still running these institutions at a loss on a monthly and annual basis. No turnaround plan. In fact, the full details of the report, and what's even quite worrying is that the IMF adds the debt of SOEs to the public debt that we have to pay. If you look at the IMF's report, and look, there's not much time on this matter, so it's an issue that we can go to as we go.
You see, leadership has failed.
Concern,
I mean, from the top, leadership has failed. If you are running an SOE and it's running at a loss, what's the basis for your continuous per diems and traveling allowances and entertainment and salaries, and they are traveling and they are doing all manner of things, yet they are running at a loss? Who does that? So we cannot, the same people, when we travel to other people's country, we know what to do, how to behave, how to handle official responsibilities reposed in us to ensure that whatever task has been given to us, we excel in doing them. But when we come to Ghana, you think that you have the right to receive your salary when you are running an SOE at a loss, and then you give end of year bonuses. You've run at a loss, but you share bonuses. It is only in Ghana. And like I said, leadership has failed. We are looking for a leader who would also look into all these things. Go drill down and say that if all these SOEs are also running at a loss, then we are not also going to be paying them bonuses. You fire people and bring on board business-minded people to head some of these SOEs.
So essentially the problem is about appointing persons who manages SOEs.
You see, appointment has oftentimes not been meritocratic. I'll give you. Appointment has oftentimes not been meritocratic. You see, always we are looking for who went to sacrifice for the party, who was beaten in the lead up to the campaign. How can being beaten in an electionary campaign be a requirement for appointment to go ahead an SOE?
Thank you.
Does it make sense?
Thank you.